Good morning, Facebook clan. I'm alive. Look, I'm awake and I'm alive. Isn't that awesome? I am super excited to be with you today. I feel so much better. I have been super sick. I've been doing a really high dose of an antiviral for 14 days. To deal with my autoimmune issues, and I feel better today. Yesterday was the last day of the medication of that one. I'm still on something else, but of that one, and I feel better. I'm super excited to be with you guys. I'm a little tired. It's probably going to take me a few days to get my strength back, but I am super excited to be with you guys. I'm super blessed to feel better. When you have some days where you don't feel good, you remember how good you feel on your good days, and you cherish those very, you just cherish those days that you feel good, that you want to get out of bed, that I want to get on Facebook and I want to share it with you guys, and I want to help you guys feel better, and that's what it's all about. So you go through valleys and you learn lessons. We're all still learning. I'm a work in progress. Catherine molds me every day. I'm a work in progress. I do my best to help you guys on your health journey, and that's what it's all about. So if you're tuning in for the very first time and you're like, who is this girl and what is she rambling about? My name is Amy Smith-Hightower. I am a ketogenic meal planner and mentor from Batesville, Arkansas, who has lost well over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet, which is pretty awesome. But I don't want to say my claim to fame, but my biggest accomplishment has been the fact that we have created a 100% totally free keto community. Totally free. It's called Push for Your Better. Please make sure you're in our community. We have over 160,000 people who are all on the same journey that you are, to take our health back into our hands. How about those Cardinals? That's right. I do feel much better today. Thank you guys for asking. You might want to go back if you just hopped on and see the beginning, and you can catch up on that. Please make sure you share this video out. We pick 3 winners from every single video. My sister sends a UCANKETO prize pack to them. We've got some cool little flashlights, keychains, and some other goodies that are coming out your way. So please write shared and how many times you shared it in the comments below. Absolutely. Let's talk. We want to talk about healthy fats, and yes, it's a thing. The standard American diet, which is the SAD diet, like, you have learned to fear fat, right? We all learn to fear fat. If something's high in fat, the way our brains normally work, it's like, oh, I can't have that. Let's buy fat-free. Let's buy low-fat. Let's, those type things. It's our brains have been changed, right? The problem with that is if it says fat-free or low-fat, it's usually a chemical poop storm. It means they've just taken tons of chemicals and put it together to try to make it fat-free or low-fat. When fat is not a bad thing, guys. Fat is important. The definition of the ketogenic diet is low carb, low to moderate protein, and high fat. Guys, you have to consume the fat to have the energy. If you're consuming the fat, that's where you get your energy from. That's where it burns the stored fat. Because guys, if you're not taking in enough of your healthy fats during the day, your body's going to go into starvation mode. And what it's going to do is it's going to grab a hold of that fat and not let it go. I want my fat to go bye-bye. Okay, I don't want my body hanging on to its fat. I need it to go bye-bye. So that's why it's so important to get your healthy fats in every single day on your macros with doing the ketogenic diet. Is that making sense to you guys? Does that help? I know there's a lot of, can you explain to me why fat, some people say fat is a lever. Well, I completely disagree with that, because you get to the point that your body has to be consuming the fat to burn your fat. It's how it works. It's how keto works. It's just science, guys. So that's simply that. So let's talk about some ways to get your healthy fats in without going over your protein, which is something I know Catherine and I are asked every single day, as well as the inner circle. And I'm going to give a real quick shout out to my amazing inner circle that have knocked it out of the park these past 2 weeks. They have been in the group. They've helped me. I'm pretty sure the only reason I'm still sane after taking that stinking medication, like I'm so anti-meds, guys, and then I had to, like I didn't have an option. I was not in a good place at all. Not a big fan. So step-by-step macros video is in Push for Your Better. Please make sure you're a part of the community. But I wanted to give a big shout out to the inner circle and just thank them for stepping up, knocking it out of the park this week, and for everything they've done for our amazing community. I really appreciate you guys so much. Okay, let's talk about healthy fats. This is my go-to. This happens to be perfect keto MCT oil, but MCT oil, work your way up to 3 tablespoons a day, not at one time either. And don't go do 3 tablespoons at once of a morning. You'll end up the rest of the day in the bathroom. Okay, I promise you. Work up. Usually I use this as like a salad dressing. If I have salads, I put it on meat, I put it on veggies. Guys, your vegetables are such a great way. They're a carrier to get the healthy fats in. You should always work up to 3 tablespoons of MCT. When you're looking to buy an MCT oil, please make sure it's C8 to C10 right there. Those are the ones that you really want to look for, is that your MCT oil says that it's either C8 or C10. Betty Hightower's barking in case y'all didn't hear him. Sorry. He wants to say hi too. He's like, oh my gosh, Mommy hasn't been live. I need to say hi to my family, my people. So he's barking and he's having a good time. So MCT oil is definitely something I strongly suggest you working into your diet. Start slow, build up to it. If you absolutely cannot tolerate the liquid, you can go to the powder, but I do recommend the liquid over the powder if you can handle the liquid, because it digests into your system faster and it'll actually help your body produce its own ketones, which is the goal, right? So MCT oil is a super great way to get your healthy fats in. Olive oil when you're cooking. I cook everything in either olive oil or butter or ghee. Those are what I normally use. Don't cook in MCT oil. It gets too hot. The smoke point, it's not a good idea. You want to cook in coconut oil. Olive oil, avocado oil, all of those types are great ways to do that, okay? Right. Let's talk about, like when you're talking about cooking oils and things like that, you want to avoid canola oil. Vegetable oil and canola oil are definitely 2 things that are not keto, and you want to avoid those. Don't eat things that have been cooked in them. Try to avoid that to keep it out of your system. It's literally a chemical poop storm. And so we try to avoid those as well. Avocados. That's my favorite way to get healthy fats in. I say an avocado a day keeps the doctor away, right? That's absolutely, yes, avocado oil is totally cool. Yes. Can you eat too much fat in a day? Absolutely, you can eat too much fat. Follow your macros, okay? That is awesome. Sorry. Trying to breathe. It's crazy. MCT oil does help with constipation normally. Yes. Avocado oil is great for cooking. Absolutely. An avocado a day keeps the doctor away is my motto. And it's the same thing with don't blame the butter for what the bread did to you. Follow your macros. Make sure you go up. Grapeseed oil is not recommended on keto either, but make sure you build up to your to making sure you're getting your fat macro every day. Like that should be your goal. Like that's my goal in the morning, is to make sure that I hit my fat macro personally. That way I can still make sure that I'm burning fat for fuel, which is super, super important. Cream cheese. I have no idea what Betty's having a fit about. Cream cheese is another great way. Oh, now I'm getting the angry faces because people don't think you have to have the fat. Well, you're not going to have the energy and you're not going to lose the weight. So that's completely and totally up to you. If that's why you, it's best to stay away from seed oils if you can. Absolutely. Macadamia. Now let's talk about nuts for a second. This is the one that it gets people, a little iffy on your nuts. Nuts are keto, but make sure you're counting your calories, guys. You can't eat a whole bag of macadamia nuts and think that you're going to lose weight. Jennifer says she doesn't lose weight without the fat. Fact. Absolutely. Everybody tries it. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to not hit my fat because I don't want to consume fat. Guess what? you're not going to lose weight that way. You need the fat. If not, you're going to be laying in a bed because you're going to feel tired and you're going to feel like the keto flu's hit you. Fact. I have to stay, like, I do nuts, like, on a salad. Like, I'll put some walnuts, like, on a salad, stuff like that. I do that. I have to stay away from snacking on nuts because I have no portion control when it comes to nuts. I'll put them in, like, the little tiny Ziploc bag, okay? And I'll eat those, and I try to portion control it that way. But, like, it gets to be, like, a mindless thing, and you're just, like, popping, you know. I mean, I'd rather eat almonds than M&Ms, right? But it's true. Like, I can't. Snack bags are hard. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Like Catherine said, make sure you're tracking it. When you really track what you put in your mouth, it keeps me accountable. That's why I 100%, when people tell me, oh, I'm not going to count my macros, I don't know how you stay accountable, because I count my macros to stay accountable. If I know I'm logging on my phone everything I'm putting in my mouth, then I'm accountable for it. The only thing I don't personally track is my coffee and my creamer because of the way it's digested. We are getting closer to pumpkin season. Don't worry. I have tons of pumpkin recipes. I'm a pumpkin spice girl. Give me some Uggs and me a little pumpkin spice latte and I'm a happy camper. So hope this helped answer your guys' questions about some healthy ways to get your healthy fats in. We talked about MCT. Make sure you get C8, C10, super important. Talked about tracking macros, and we talked about fat, which is absolutely awesome. I'm feeling better. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you Sunday night.